What's up, everyone? This is Serena with Serena's Guides, and I am here to show you how to make a card box, or how I'm going to make my card box. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to go ahead and actually give some credit to how I found some things out first. Bear with me while I share my entire screen. So first off, this guy over here, or this person, Light Ranger Games over on YouTube, that's where I found this website for the super deluxe tuckbox template maker. So I used that. Went over here, I entered in the card dimensions for width and height, and then for thickness I measured my deck thickness, and it's about 1 inch, so I put that in there, and then I made that PDF template, and then opened that template in my preview, and I then save that as a JPEG. So from there, I'm in my Cricut Maker, or sorry, Cricut Design Space. So if you don't have this, sorry. Oh wait, hang on, I already uploaded it. So here it is. I'm gonna put this on the canvas. So when you upload your JPEG from there, you can see it's not the right size, like it's just this. So what I did was I made a card shape. So let me go ahead and make a shape of a card that is 2.5 by 3.5. So 3.5, and stick it just wherever you want. And then I lined up the paper. Oh wait, I should make sure. I think I'm being seen, but I have to check my recording really quick. Okay, all right, we should be good. So back to this, sorry. All right, so basically making this picture match the card shape, and that looks right to me. So from here, there's a few things that could happen. So first I'm going to go ahead and take this card and duplicate it and stick it right over here. And I'm going to align these two at the top, just like that. They look like they're the same. And I also want to go ahead and just attach them so they stay that way. All right, so now I'm going to make the flaps. So what I'm going to do for this part is take this, and I believe, like, you can kind of eyeball it. So let me change this color so it's a little bit different, just so I can see. And I'm going to, well, this is 3.5 in height, so make that 3.5. And then for the width, I'm thinking 1 inch. And it looks like that worked. So take that, and what I want to do is make a little flap, and I don't want this part like that. I actually want to do something a little bit different. So show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this shape right here, and then I'm going to rotate it by 180. 90? 180. I think it's 180 I want. Yeah. Okay, so now it's like this. And then I'm going to take this piece, and essentially what I want to do is get that lined up where these are, and let me zoom in. So just bring that down. All right, so I like the way that looks. I'm going to go ahead and weld it together, and then just gonna do like this. So I want to make it where it's basically 1 inch, and put it where it would make sense. I actually think, so one thing I might want to do is make this 1 inch as well. I might want to align this left. Just make this a little bit different. So for example, a line left. I still see, oh, I don't want that 0 there. Okay. So basically what I want to do is check. I do think that part of me, so this is like that, but I think I want it longer. And I guess what I need to do is, I guess like that. And make sure I just want to make sure these, like the point of, really, I need that like that. So maybe I can't tell. It looks like it's changing shape where I don't really want it to. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to back up some. I think yeah, hang on. I'm going back a lot, it looks like, because I think, yep, I think it's at this point where I really need to stretch this piece. Let's see how it would look. So really think about that there. I think a little more. I think that's better. Okay, so now let me zoom in there, cut that off. Can I just slice it? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And come back to this. I want this as a 1. I'm going to align left. And I'm going to duplicate this and spin it 180. Bring that down here. And really, probably want to line this up here like this. Which means this can be less high. Probably just want it about there. Let's lock it in. All right, let's see if I can get these lined up. Align left. And I'm going to go ahead and weld those. And that's what we got so far. Okay, so let me zoom back out some. And I really want to make sure this is there. So let me just zoom in. And zoom in even further because I want to make sure it's just right. And I think that's good. So, but look, I just realized it's not, because down here, this one's not reaching the same spot. So I almost want to make sure, because I feel like if I pull it like this, it's changing it. It's not the same. I don't want to do that. So instead, I think what I'm going to do, is take this part and I'm going to go ahead and let me duplicate this thing real quick. I guess actually, shoot. So I really only, well, I guess either way it'll work. So we just want to line up just like that, I guess. Let's see. Shoot, it won't even let me. Let me detach. Yeah, there. Shoot. That didn't do it either. Hang on. Slice. All right, I've sliced it. So what I really want to do is really bring this here. And this. Okay, so actually, hang on, it didn't slice the way I need to still. I need to still slice them. I think this will work. Let me do it this way. Slice. Okay. So now this one, are these attached still? I cannot believe this. Hang on. I feel like what I've done should have separated these guys. So let me try something else. What the? Fine, gonna have to do it this way. Slice. And in this case, I'll take that one. Now it works. Okay, so I don't know what was happening before, but here we go. So get this. Get this. What is up with this? How come it's not 1 inch? Weird. Okay, is this one 1 inch? No, weird as well. Okay, so back to this. And I really think I want to be just ever so close so I can make sure this lines up. All right, so, and then this, we want to be just so close. And align left. All right, so now between these guys, make this 1 inch. Actually, still keep it 3.5. But I think I want to make it actually a little bit more. Let's make it 3.6. So maybe not. No. Too much. Too much. Align left. Now it's like, is this where I want it right there? I feel like it is. Feel like it should be okay. So let's weld that. All right, so it looks like we have what we want as far as the tab here. However, I have to do this twice. Okay, so check it out. One thing I also want to do is, all right, we're going to put this here. And then I want to make sure it's like correct. See it at the top with the right, like Where is it? See right here? You know what? I realized something. Before I do this part, I want to get this part linked up. So I really want to make sure so it might be better for me to do this. Get rid of this. And instead, at this point, detach these. And this one, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. So this is 2.5 inches. I want to instead change that by 3 and change it to 5.5 inches. Get rid of this. Oops, hang on. I gotta unlock this to change this to 5.5. Okay, lock. 5.5 isn't long enough, so I must have to do it even longer. How much more would it be? Let me see. I was way off. Hang on. Let me try that math again. So, oh yeah, these are 2 together, but that's already together 5. 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8.5. But it looks like that's too much because this only goes over there. So whatever the math is, I'll just eyeball it. Excuse me. Okay. So back to this. Wait, what's happening? Hang on. I do need to make sure that these pieces come down enough. So I think I gotta make this one gray so I can see it better too. All right, I think. All right, let's make this a line left. I think duplicate and align top. Oh shoot. Attach those. Align top. I hope that works. So I'm going to go ahead and just, that looks right. Okay. Oh wait, we're not done. But for now, let's weld everything. Let's see what happens if I just go ahead and weld that part. Oh shoot. I thought I had everything. This part too, there we go. Okay, so here's what we have so far. That looks like it matches up. Looks like that matches up. Okay, so now we need this lid shape. So what I'm going to do for that part is start at the top like that and then stretch out here to the bottom part. Okay, so that's the top, and then we're going to shape it so that we reach those lines like that. But now I'm looking and I feel like I actually have to go further over so I can make sure I'm cutting just there. So we have that, and then we go ahead and take it, combine it, weld it. Okay, so now I want the top. If I want to have a little circle kind of cutout, like curve it like the template, I'm going to decide just how much of a curve that I would want to kind of take this and kind of eyeball it, like what would it look like? I think maybe like that. Maybe like that. Okay, so now let's see what happens if I'm gonna go ahead and cut this shape in half. Maybe I'll save this piece. See if I want to, let's rotate it by 180 and see if it's a better fit than our other piece may have been. So we have these pieces. Let's go ahead and try this one. And I'm gonna eyeball it, but that doesn't seem right. But you could do like that. But it still seems like it's just not lining up right. So I want to get those edges right. And I'd say align right, however, it's not the same. Okay, oh, for a second I think I had it. Dang, it was just there. Sorry, I'm leaning my face into the screen so much. All right, I actually think, hang on. I see some corners. So, and this is, we don't want to be too high up. So if I did it this way, I think it's almost right. I feel like I see just a smidge too much there. All right, let's see what happens if I did this. Oh, wait, hang on. Definitely don't want that. Yeah, I do. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Hang on. I think that might be what I want. Let's just take it for a second. Duplicate it and slice and see if I like it. That wasn't what I wanted. That didn't work. Okay, hang on. good thing I didn't do that. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I think before I made this middle part, I should have done that other part. Like, so what I could do is, all right, here's what I could do, because my issue is I don't want to make it, oh, that was not good. All right, we're gonna back up. I think, unfortunately, because that looks pretty good actually, but it's too big. Hang on. Yeah, it's too much. So I'm going to back up and I have to instead, okay, wait, I think that's it. Okay, so before I weld these things together, I need to do this part. So I think, oh, it's almost like it just fit right perfectly. But it's more like here. So let's see what happens. I'm going to hide this for a second. I'm going to just make sure. Oh, I think I hadn't yet. Hang on. Because even here, Oops. I want to make sure this is right there. Looks decent. These little flaps there, like I want them to be pretty even. Okay. Then I feel like I like the way that looks. And now I remember what I need to do. So really, it's this part's got to come down just a little bit more, I think. I want to make sure, or maybe I have to open this just a little bit there. Is that right? That looks right. And I think let me duplicate this oval and bring it just about here. Oops. Dang. Just about here. Is that right? Not quite. Just there. That looks pretty decent, but it's a lot longer than the other box was, so not sure if I'm giving way too much extra box here, but I think I'm gonna go with this for now. So weld it all together, and I'm also gonna lighten this for a second, just so I can now take a look at some score line stuff. So let's bring this to the front. Let's send this to the back for a second. And I'm going to hope, let me see, maybe actually. Let's see. Just do like that for a sec. All right, so here's a score line. We're going to take it and stretch it out. Oh gosh. Let's make it 3.5. Looks about right. Probably a little bit more. So say 3.6. And I want to get it right on those lines. I think, oops, I think that's right there. Hopefully that's right. And then duplicate it. And, oh, shoot. Try to get that one the same spottish. And make those aligned by top so that they're equal. I'm going to attach them. I'm going to duplicate them. You might be like, why did you do that? But I just want a double score. So I'm gonna take them both and align them and center them and attach them together just to get that a little bit more of a better score. So, all right, so now this one I'm rotating 90 degrees, changing to, I don't know, 6 inches, and putting it on this line. And it's maybe 5 inches. I don't know if 5 inches is too short. No, it's not. I think let's keep it 5 inches, but I do want to probably bring it down just a bit. Oops. Do it there, I guess. Okay. Then I want to duplicate it, bring it down here, and align these two to the left, attach them, and I think, oh, we need one more, and let me rotate this one by 90. Actually, we need two more, but I need to put this up here. Let's just go ahead and call it 2.7. All right, so, and then duplicate it. All right, and I think, let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so now I want to make sure really that this is lined up with my correct edges. So like you see now right here on mine, the edges, like for this, so I'm going to detach that. Oh, maybe I don't want to detach actually. Hang on. Attach it again. So this one though, I'm going to send that to back for a second because this is the one I want to work with. So detach for a second. Send to bring the front. What? I want this. Oh shoot. Let me send backwards. Maybe that's it. Hide that for a sec. This is what I need to detach there. So this, is there another one? These two, I think they're right here. I'm trying to get them. Where's this other one? Hang on. One. That's the one. So this one right here, I'm going to have to detach as well. Okay. And then this line. And so this line and this line, I think these two go together. There. Wait, shoot. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of one of these and get rid of this one too, probably. Let's see, one of those. Okay. So now, where is this one? Okay. So now it looks like the score line's measuring up correctly. I still just misplaced something though, I think. Hang on, let me go like this. Let's make sure I can see them all again. Okay, what's this? I'm gonna delete this one. I can't seem to get this other one, this little one. Okay, there it is. Okay. So then this one, I think I still want to, oops. Bring it over more. I can't really tell. Like, I think that's as good as I can get it for that crack right there. And then as far as this goes, right there, I think we should be good. All right, so it looks like the score lines are where they need to be. So I'm going to just select it all and attach it. All right, so there it is. There's the game box. Let me save this. Card game box template. And now I should make it. So let's do that so you guys can see what it looks like. See if it comes out right for my particular. You know what I just realized? Missing some score lines. All right, so we're not done yet. Hang on. Put this on. Let me send to back. It looks like right here, I'm missing some score lines. So I'm going to stick it there. Let's hide this. Oh, I'm gonna bring this up. Oopsie. Hang on. Looks like we're not too far off, but try to be right there, I guess. Is that really where I want to be though? Now that I'm thinking about it, that's not where I want to be because it's not lined up right. Let's line this up. Okay. All right, that looks more right. Oopsie. Probably just moved it just up. It's still fine. All right, so now let's attach this up. I still need to, hang on. I still see where I need another line. I didn't do it right. Hang on. This one. Detach. This line. What the heck? Here. There it is. It's got to go right here. I can actually eyeball that one myself to see where it goes. But yeah, I think I got it right the first time. I think that's where I want it. Is that better? Nope. I think I had it just about where it needed to be. We're gonna go with that. All right. This is a final test. I think I got all the score lines that we need. Okay, so I have. I'm going to use this brown paper, this Cricut mat, and give me a sec. Just use my little Cricut tool to put this on the mat like this. And now I've got to get my little scoring tool and stick this in my Cricut Maker. So I'm doing that. And I would show you all the Cricut Maker stuff, but I don't feel like doing a whole lot of editing for this video. So, oh, hang on. Got it in there. And make it. I like to use what's using Bluetooth, but my material for this cardstock is taking forever. Bluetooth. I could just plug right in, but I didn't do that, so bear with me. There it goes. I like to use acetate and then more pressure for this type of cardstock, just to make sure the score line again is really good and also the cuts just right. So it's going to do its thing for a second. I'm just going to really make sure this sticks in the mat. Looks like it wants to come up. I got my blade ready. Once it's done scoring, I'm going to put this blade in there. Okay. And switched it, and now it's going to cut. So here it is. Oh, wait, I should show you the cards we were actually packaging. So I did make a box earlier, but I didn't think it was perfection. It was near perfect. So I redid the template like you just saw. And here are the cards. So real quick on my card game, it's called Challenges and Missions. So the game of challenges and missions. And without getting too deep into it, there are challenge cards. And there are also, you guessed it, missions. So these missions and challenges, you get to decide, how you play the game if you want to play where people can choose challenges or choose their missions, or if they're just random play and you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But the game's really fun if you play with a few people because you just never know what's going to happen. And the challenges, when people challenge each other, it's like fun challenges. Like, we'll see who can list the most furry animals in a minute. And it just becomes a funny thing. So yeah, check out the game. It'll be on my Etsy shop and handmade. So let's check out this box. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to pull it off the mat. Just set that aside. One thing I like to do to test it out is just get the cards and see how they line up with the box. Looking good. Looking like it's going to work out. All right, so then we already got these score lines in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of giving it a bend. So there's that one. And got that score line right here. Just like this side's ready. And then over here, give it a little bend. Bend it backwards. So I get really bent up. This one, give it a bend. And make sure it's kind of flexible there. Okay, so looks to me like this lines up nicely. So I do have this nice little crafting tape. I'm not sure I forget what this stuff is called, but I like it a lot instead of gluing. So I'm just going to put this at the edge right here. Just right. Just tear that off like that. Not bad. So there we have it. It's like you got this little edge. And just use your fingernail to make sure it sticks. Take off this little protective piece. And just kind of eyeball it. I want to make sure that I don't end up misaligning it. Yeah. Just give these both a little flap over before I do the rest so that that's out of the way. All right, so now I can see a little bit better. If this is going to work out. Just don't want to have it stick too soon. I think that's right. And I think got it lined up just right. So got that going on. All right, so this part of the box is like that. Flap this over. Get this a little bend backwards. There was a score line up here, but I don't really see it. I might have missed this one. Is it there? Or maybe I didn't. Okay. I think it's there. I just couldn't really see it that well. All right, so that's there. stick that in there. I may have made this top a little bit. It looks like it's a little bit tight right there. So I might have to fix that lid because, yeah, it's a little tight going in for sure on that curve. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. It's definitely tight. Like it doesn't want to go in just right, but it did go in. But it was a little too snug of a fit. A little bit of a struggle there for a sec. But now it actually is in there pretty nice. Oh, sorry, my dog's gonna start. All right, so let's actually get these cards into the box. Make sure they fit. Oh, they go in. They do. But I also feel like it's hitting that lid down there that is giving me the issues. So that might be too tight. And if I put this in, let's find out if it's still going to be too much. My dog. All right. It's going down, but again, snug fit for the lid, but it did go in. So there is the box. So yeah, my feedback is I need to fix the lid because it was definitely tighter. In fact, I need to pull this out. Looks like my card didn't go in. Okay, there, I can fix that part. Let's see if I can get this better. Yeah, it's too tight on one side where the flap is. But it does go in. So once it's in there, it's not bad. So I can put a little sticker here on the box, but the card game is there, and that website did give me a good template to use in Cricut Maker. So that's the video. Thanks, guys. I will see you around. And yeah, take care.